Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, this is going to be a bit of a special video actually, because we're going to be doing a Kraken tutorial. So this is going to be a Kraken tutorial of mostly the overview of the website. In my next tutorial for Kraken, I will have an updated video on the application on the phone. And then the following week, I will have a tutorial based on how to trade on Kraken Pro and also how to use futures and futures trading on Kraken Pro as well. So I'll go over a bunch of different trades and how to place trades, how to execute trades, how to use futures as well. So it's going to be a fun time, but for this video, we're going to keep it simple. It's going to be an updated video on the video I made actually 2 years ago, the first video on this channel, and that was how to buy crypto on Kraken. And yeah, that was 2 years ago, and I've been using Kraken since. So today I'm going to be providing an updated tutorial on how to use the main overview, the main page on Kraken. And then in the next video, like I said, I will have a tutorial on the application. And then after that, I will make one on how to trade on Kraken futures and Kraken Pro in general. So how to trade and place trades and things like that. So for the sake of this tutorial, if you guys want to sign up, make sure you use the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, but it goes to support my channel, of course, and also it'll redirect you to the actual website of Kraken, right? You don't want to use a third-party scamware type of website when you sign up. You want to make sure you are actually signing up in the right place. So if you want, you can use the link in the description below and you'll be redirected strictly to the website. So when you're creating an account for the first time, it's going to be pretty simple. You're just going to be giving your name, email, address, providing some KYC. So that means know your customer. This is basically to prevent fraud and things like that. You'll also be providing, obviously your location of where you live and all of that. And then from there, you'll be brought to the main screen, and it could look like this, or it could look like Kraken Classic. Now, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be covering both, as they're pretty easy to navigate. Now, Kraken recently released their product of it's now just Kraken, and then the previous version was known as Kraken Classic. And so with this, there's a couple different things that we should talk about. Now, first things first, I don't really think I like just the new Kraken that they released. It's not really for me, to be honest. I like the Kraken Classic a bit more, and I'll kind of go as to why. So when it comes to the regular Kraken, they kind of moved it so you have to scroll down to find all of the other features, like if you want to go to your staked or earned tab, and then you can see your cash down below, and then you can see your favorites below that. So you kind of have to scroll all the way down, and I don't really like that. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be toggling on Kraken Classic. Now, from here, you're probably wondering how to actually get assets onto the Kraken platform, and that's where you go up to the funding tab. So once you go up to funding, then from here, you can go and scroll down to whichever currency that you want to send over to the Kraken platform. Now, for most people that are watching this, it's probably USD, right? You want to put USD or euros or a fiat currency onto the platform. And I don't actually personally do that, but you can do that there if you just click on deposit. And then if you just type in the amount that you are going to deposit, it'll give you the different routing information, account numbers, etc., to wire or send money over that way. So personally, I don't use that. I actually use Coinbase, and I have a Coinbase Pro subscription. So there's basically like no fees on their platform. So I usually will swap from USD into USDC or USDT. And then I will send that amount over to the Kraken website. So from here, you would go over to, for example, if you wanted to deposit, you wanted to deposit USDT, you would just go on to this tab, and then you would click on the deposit. So from here, it'll pull up deposits and withdrawals. So you can also select which network that you want to deposit on. So for example, if you want to deposit USDT on Tron, which is one of the cheapest, then you can do that there. Also, you could deposit via Ethereum. And then you can just copy this address and then paste it over from wherever you're sending it from. So it's super simple, and that's just how you would do that from there. And then also, if you wanted to withdraw from Kraken, then you would obviously just go to withdraw from here, and then you would select the network that you're withdrawing it from, and you would just select that there, and then you would paste in the address as well, and then you would just select however much you want to withdraw. So you would just do that there. When it comes to the transfer tab, this is something I'm going to be talking about in the future when we talk about futures and futures trading on Kraken. So that'll be in a later video. So I'll dive more into that there. So that's just one way to send assets over. You can also just click on, we're back on the funding tab. You would just click on deposit. And then from here, let's just say you wanted to deposit Stellar Lumens, right? It's super, cheap to send Stellar Lumens. It's also extremely fast to send XLM. So from here, you would just click on the asset. You would just type it in, and then, you would just have the deposit address and the memo or the QR code right here, and then you would just paste all that information over from wherever you're sending those assets to and from. So that is how to get assets onto the platform, right? Super straightforward, super simple. There's also NFTs on Kraken now, but NFTs are not really my thing, so therefore I'm not really going to be talking about them. But if you want to trade NFTs, you can do that actually straight through Kraken now. There is a NFT marketplace, which is pretty cool for most people, but NFTs are not really my thing. I'm not really interested in them. When you're on the funding page, you can also see some of the recent transactions that you've made and on which date. You can also go to the history tab, and then from there you'll see a full ledger of all of the different transactions that you've made, and you can even search by the asset type as well. So it's super straightforward, super simple to use. Now, you've funded your account, right? Like you've put on USD onto your account, you've put on USDT or another stable coin onto your account. How do you start interacting? How do you start, swapping, converting, buying and selling crypto? Well, you just go up to buy crypto up here, and then you can go into convert. And you could convert, for example, USDT. You can convert USD if you have that on the platform, or whichever other fiat currency you have. And you would just select from that asset. So for example, from USDT, I have the good old 69 USDT on the platform, right? The lucky number. And you can convert to any asset that you like. So for example, you could switch to, for the sake of this tutorial, I'll swap into Link. So you can either put, around 10, you can type the amount of USDT that you would want to swap from. And so if I wanted to swap 10 USDT into Link, that would give me 1.3 Link. Or you could also conversely just type in the amount of the asset that you would want. So for example, I want 1 Link, that would swap 7.5 USDT. And then from there, I could have 1 Link. So I can do that right now. I'll just click on review and then confirm. Now I have another Link. Also, if you want to convert from, for example, a credit or debit card, you can actually do that here by just clicking on the buy tab at the top. This is something I haven't done before, and probably something I will never do, just because, usually there's high fees when it comes to paying with an actual debit card on the platform. Or conversely, of course, you can also deposit cash. Now, if you wanted to sell, you would just click on the sell, and then let's just say I wanted to start selling some ICP. I can sell up to $400 worth if I really wanted to. So that's approximately 100 ICP. And then I would just click on review and then sell that. I don't want to sell my ICP though. But that is one way you can do that there. So let's just say I wanted to buy, a crypto or digital asset that could actually start getting a yield. How would I do that? Well, for example, on Kraken right now, you can actually get around 21% on, for example, Polkadot, which is pretty good actually. So how would you do that? Well, you would, for example, you would just start with by getting a dot. So in this case, I'm going to convert USDT, and I'm going to convert that into Polkadot. And I'll just type in dot. And in the case of this, I'm just going to get 1 dot, which is around 5.2 USDT. And I'm going to confirm that and also get that there. I'm also going to convert USDT right now into Kusama as well, which is a part of the Polkadot ecosystem as well. So I'll just type in Kusama or just the ticker, and I just want 1. So it's going to be 22 USDT, and I'm going to confirm that, and then I'll have it there. Now, how do I actually start getting a yield on those assets? Because now I have them, but how do I start getting the yield on them? Well, I'll just go up to the Earn tab, and then from here, I can see, my basic overview of all of the different assets that you can have and get a yield on. So for example, you can actually have USD 4.5% APY, which is pretty cool. And also there's a bunch of other assets, like for example, there's even Bitcoin, which you can get a yield on onto the platform. But yeah, there's a whole lot of different assets which you can see here if you want to start getting a yield on those. Now, for the case of this, I'm going to go to Polkadot, and there's two different options. There is the bonded option, which is 28 days, and that's around a 15 to 20% APY. And then there is the more flexible option, which is something where you can quickly unstake, and that's around 8 to 12%. So in the case of what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on stake, and I have one dot here, and I'm going to click on that, and then I'm just going to click on the amount which I want to stake 100% of my amount, which is just one. And I'm also going to do bonded. Now, for the sake of this, you have to go to Kraken Pro. So I'm just going to click on that. Conversely, you can also just go up to the top here where it has this tab and just click on stake now, and it will bring you to that tab as well. So from here, you can see your earn portfolio. You can also go up to here if you want to see a line chart with it, and you can just kind of see the ups and downs, or however much percentage you're getting on your assets. Like for example, I'm getting around a 7.19% APR on around $3,700 of USD. And so far my rewards have been around 266 USD. So it's something, right? Now with that, you would just click on earn. And then for here, I'm going to click on Polkadot, and I'm going to stake the max amount that I have. And I'm going to do bonded as well. So to do this though, there's a little bit of the warning, which is that it takes 28 days to unstake. So if you want to unstake, it's going to take 28 days. So, if Polkadot all of a sudden goes up to $100 and you want to start selling everything, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to wait 28 days. The problem with that is that you could kind of miss a rally, or a selling opportunity because of that. Now, when it comes to the flexible option, this takes only 10 minutes to unstake. So this is something to really take into account, and something, this is something that you should probably review and go over yourself. You can also calculate rewards too and see like how much your dot would be worth in, 36 months, 24 months, 12 months, etc. It's just something you can do there. And yeah, so I'm just going to click on the bonded option, and then I'm going to click on stake. And then I'm going to agree to the terms, and I will then stake there. And then I'm also going to go into my Kusama. I'm going to stake via the bonded method, which is 13 to 18% APR, sorry. And I'm just going to click on the max amount, and I will just click on stake, agreed, done. So going back to the Kraken platform, if you actually want to check out some of the audits that Kraken has done as well, just for verification on your own side, you can go up to your name and then click on settings. And then from here, you can click on audits, and you can just check out some of the audits that have been done. And this is just to basically verify that the Kraken exchange is actually holding the assets that they say they have. So that's also something you can do there. All right, so that's the main overview of how to use the Kraken platform. It's really straightforward, really simple to use. And I hope you guys like this tutorial, this video, but I hope you guys also know that, Kraken is a great exchange, and I obviously love it. It's great to use, but it's not somewhere that I would keep my crypto. So this is also really important, I think, to also mention, is that with all exchanges, it's always best to eventually look out for some type of cold wallet solution, or even hot wallet solution at the very least, to store your digital assets. As I think it's also really good to look out for another option and to diversify where you're storing your crypto. Now, one solution that I would recommend to any of you guys who are watching this is using Tangem. Now, Tangem is not sponsoring this video, but if you guys actually use the link in the description below, you can get a 10% discount on the Tangem cards when you go and purchase those. So Tangem is a cold wallet solution, and they're also really secure. They're a Swiss-based company, and it's also a simple and easy to use wallet solution that I really like to use. And you can check out some of my other videos and reviews that I've done on Tangem as well, if you guys want to check out, another cold wallet storage solution, which I honestly think it's important to diversify in a few. So get the Ledger, get the Trezor, get Tangent, get a few others. It's good to diversify in those as well. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. My name is Trevor, also known as Mint and Max, and stay tuned for the next videos in this series over the coming weeks, where I'm going to be diving into all of the different features. Like we're going to go over the mobile application, and then we're also going to go over all of the trading features on Kraken Pro, which is going to be a big one. It's going to be a deep dive into all of the different features on Kraken Pro. So stay tuned for that. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for this one. We'll see you in the next one.